Hello, my name is Robert Stolarczyk, and I would like to tell you today about our latest feature, the Fields Library Pods. The Fields Library Pods are an additional library of fields with product data. The new functionality we introduced significantly automates and accelerates the process of adding additional information related to some product data that can be used by people working with products, those responsible for paid activities for e-commerce, for advertising campaigns, or optimizing areas in the context of marketing automation. Originally, the situation looked in such a way that I would compare it to a blank white sheet of paper. You had to know what you wanted to draw. You have to try to draw it and also be able to draw it so that it comes out well. Today, in reality, the user no longer has to do this because in the mapping view, when we have a preview of what data we have in our model, we see add field from library. After clicking, a window showing 15 predefined additional fields with product data appears. Thanks to this, the user does not have to imagine or ponder whether it might be worthwhile to add some data or segment products in a certain way. They can already review it today. Thanks to this, we also lowered the threshold of knowledge and experience required from the user, especially specialists who are a bit less experienced in the market when it comes to paid campaigns, people who have worked a little less with product data so far and have been less involved in optimizing product sales. You will get support here in such a way that right after clicking in one of the fields, like for example Google Ads labels, you can see what the description of this field is, what labels are hidden under it, how they can be used, and which data is also taken into consideration. Because they obviously come from a master model, which is a fundamental model that we build as Data Octopus and then cooperate underneath at the level of BigQuery and import into the application. We see in the case of such Google Ads labels that, for example, it is an additional data field about products, which adds information that one of the products can be a so-called Google Ad seller or Google Analytics for seller. It can be a product which generates cost but does not sell, or is totally dead, meaning it doesn't display, doesn't generate cost, and also doesn't sell. You can also see what fields are considered underneath, like taking sales value from Google Analytics, taking advertising costs from Google Ad sellers, taking some conversion values, or other such additional data. Another type of segmentation can be the revenue segment, which indicates that the entire offer is divided based on four such categories. No revenue, meaning products that do not generate sales, products that generate the highest 33% of sales, medium, and lowest. We also see that the data considered in this case comes from Google Analytics 4. What's really great is that just after reading this type of description, ideas on how to use it start forming in your mind. Interestingly, you don't have to use how the Data Octopus team predefined this field because it can be edited. If we like it and we want to have such an additional field with product data, we have an idea that this could allow us to launch an additional campaign for the product by meeting certain conditions, or start promoting it in a new market or within a new advertising channel. We simply click use this field, and such a field automatically enters our model here. Something that is very nice is that it is already predefined here, meaning using the rules that are available in the application. It has already been clicked. We see that the system considered the field, which is Google Analytics 4, item net revenue. We see that the rule states that this value should be equal to 0. If so, then these products have a value, no level. If it is not, meaning it is greater than 0, then there is the division I mentioned into high, mid, and low, using a special rule that segments these products. As you can see, there are many of these rules, and the user today doesn't need to know how to apply all of them in practice. They don't have to do it even if they knew how to apply them in practice, because the system predefines it for them. What's really nice is that if someone wants to modify these rules, there's no problem. I will show this using the example of the price segment, where we actually have information that based on the product's price, we can divide it into categories such as products up to 100 zlotys and from 100 zlotys. If someone has more products, there's no problem in changing this page to, for example, 1000, or in actually changing this date range to 1000. If we wanted it to be a different field than price, we can also change it. We have all the fields available that are connected to imports from which I use this model and the entire application The fields are very business oriented. They refer to adding additional data per product related to margin, related to first or second degree profit, meaning profit after accounting for margin or advertising costs, with product segmentation by gender or methods of shipping, delivery, fabrics, breeds, and other such key metrics. We believe that this will significantly accelerate and simplify working with product data and finding one's own path in terms of which product segmentation strategy to choose, how to organize it concerning advertising accounts. Thanks.